welcome to Spotlight in Bensenville. My name is Frank DeSimone, Village President and your host for this episode. Today we have a very special guest. Our guest today is Kyle Weisner, owner of Victory Auto Wreckers. Welcome to the show, Kyle.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to jump right into this, and I know you said this can't be brief, but can you share a brief history of Victory Auto Wreckers and its founding by the family?
So Victory was founded in 1945 from two World War II veterans. They owned it for about 7 years, where it was sold to Stanley Kopka, Stosh, and that was who my father and grandfather bought it from the Kopkas in 1967.
So what motivated the family to start a business in auto wrecking?
My parents, when they were younger, when they were first married, the way that young couples do, go to parties and stuff, and my dad met somebody who was in scrap metal, and he thought, I can do that. So my dad and my grandfather rented a place in Melrose Park, a 1 acre lot. They called it A&K Auto Wreckers. My dad's name is Ken, and my grandfather's name was Kurt. So they would have normally called it K&K, but they did the A&K so they could get top billing in the phone book. And that's what it started at. I mean, they did it for about 9 months, and my dad happened to be driving past Green Street on his way to, I don't know, deliver something, saw that Victory was for sale, and the rest is history.
Could you highlight some of the key milestones or memorable moments that you had throughout history of Victory?
We don't have enough time for that.
Let's go top three.
Top three. Top three highlight milestones.
It's got to be the commercial, right?
Well, yeah, and that's before my time.
Okay,
so,
all right.
So the very first commercial aired in 1980. I was 10, 11 years old. We were in the Hancock building. My dad sat us down in a television sales area, and we watched Spanish channel, the entire 30-minute program, so that we can see his 30-second Spanish commercial air for the very first time.
Okay.
Obviously, the 1985 commercial that everybody knows, that is very well known. As time went on, I advertised on live sporting events, so I feel very proud or happy to say that we were on the World Series, we were on the Super Bowl, we were multiple Cubs games, Bears games, you name it.
So my memorable moment is going with my father and looking for parts for a 1978 Pinto station wagon.
Wow.
I remember that. My dad was building this Pinto station wagon from the ground up. And I remember walking through that yard, digging for parts for this car.
Well, you probably lost your shoes in the mud if it was after a rain event.
Absolutely. So can you discuss your day-to-day involvement at Victory Auto Wreckers?
My day-to-day involvement involves everything, you name it. I mean, from the time that I started working, where I was working 7 days a week, 80 hours a week, to even now where I'm semi-retired, my phone is always with me. I'm, whether it be emails and texts and phone calls, I do some data entry, my finger is on the pulse all the way around. Even now in the closing, I'm at the yard along with 5 other employees. Even my brother is not involved in the operation. He decided to leave and go, but I'll be there until the very, very end and put the lock on the door and walk away.
What are some of the challenges and some of the successes Victory Auto Wreckers has experienced over the years?
I think any business owner will tell you that the challenges and the successes are too numerous really to count. Some of the unfortunate events that have come up but have turned out to be successes. The financial crisis in 2008, 2009, right before that I did advertised on billboards that were all up and down, kind of like you see the hair lacquer, the Urlacher. We were all up and down the tollways, and then the financial crisis hit, and the company that had them up there wouldn't take them down. But I wasn't going to pay them to take them down. So they stayed up for an extra 6 months or so for free because they didn't want to take them down. The deal I made with Fox for the Super Bowl, part of the deal was the 2020 Super Bowl. Part of the deal was that I got free advertisements for the next 6 months on Fox. COVID hits. People are stuck indoors watching TV. They saw nothing but Victory Auto Wreckers commercials, and we were, a necessary business, and we were outside, so we had a flood of people coming out, and business was very good. Challenging, it's my pricing is static. We sell parts, or we sold parts, but it's very difficult on a do-it-yourself operation to continually raise the price of parts when you can go on the internet and buy it somewhere else. The majority of our business came from recycling, and I don't control the pricing. So if crushed car bodies are going at $200 a ton or $300 a ton or $25 a ton, I'm stuck in that. But yet labor costs remain static or continue to go up. And my sales, the large portion of my sale, which is recycling, I don't control, and so that's a challenge.
So were there any significant changes in the auto industry or even our local community that influenced your decision to close? No, it's just it's death by a thousand cuts. There was a lot of things that came about that any one of them, heck, even 5, 6, a dozen of them, we would have been able to survive. It's just the right time. There was certainly a lot of development happening here in Bensenville, and it seems as good a time as any. My family, my kids, I'm very proud of them. They both went into the entertainment industry and are both out west, although one of them is moving to New York next week. But my brother is not as invested as I was and not willing to put in those 80-hour weeks or even 50-hour weeks. And my business is very hands-on, boots on the ground. I have great employees. I've had people that have been with me for decades, but they still need a general to be there to kind of oversee the operation. And if I'm not willing to do it anymore, so if nobody from the family is going to do it, then, makes sense. It's time. I hope you have a couple more minutes. We have to take a quick break, but I have a bunch more questions for you. Can you hang out for a little bit?
Absolutely.
We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
So my name is Michael LeClaire, and I'm a building operator.
Marco Medina. I am a building operator.
I'm responsible for resurfacing the ice.
Making sure I do a good job for the hockey teams, really, and the figure skaters.
We perform general maintenance around the rink and on the Zamboni. And I've held the position for 8 years. I can pretty much work any day I ask for, so it's pretty flexible, which is nice for people who are taking college classes and stuff.
You have to kind of be on your A game, make sure you're not really making any mistakes and helping people out. But also when there's downtime, you get to talk to your coworkers a little bit and kind of laugh.
Pretty simple. Once you get the hang of it, it's an easy job. It's low stress for the most part.
Hi there. I want to take you on a journey through a community powered by C-Click Fix. Here, internal operations are streamlined with more intuitive, secure workflows and communications. Here, let me show you how it all works. C-Click Fix organizes, tracks, and manages service requests from everyday citizens through a single application. When they see a problem, a few clicks is all it takes to send off a service request. From there, the right people get the request and get to work. All communication and task management is seamlessly coordinated through the app. Citizens can see the work being done and even receive a follow-up message when the work is completed. It's a team effort all around, and you have the data you need to make better decisions. Cities large and small use C-Click-Fix to accomplish more for their citizens with the staff, time, and budget they've already got. Get started today.
My name is Hannah Caesar. I am a supervisor at the Water's Edge Aquatic Center. Some of my responsibilities include opening and closing, maintaining safety and cleanliness of the facility, along with taking and selling memberships. I have worked here for 5 years, and I really enjoy getting to know our patrons and the people who come in every single day, and I really like the connections you get to make through it. It's really cool. You never know what's going to happen. It's a pool. So let's say somebody has a scratch on their knee. How are you going to manage that? You really get to know the people who come in. You really get to bond with your coworkers, and it's really fun to work here.
Hello, welcome back to Spotlight in Bensenville. My name is Frank DeSimone, Village President and your host for this episode. Today we have a very special guest. We have Kyle Weisner, who is the owner of Victory Auto Wreckers here in town. Welcome back from the break.
Thank you.
Jumping right into it. So how has Victory Auto Wreckers contributed to the economic and social fabric of Bensenville over its years?
Well, I think that Victory and Bensenville will be forever entwined.
Right.
On Wikipedia, on YouTube, on Facebook, anywhere and everywhere. You know, I remember coming to Bensenville with my dad when I was young. I want to say my earliest memories are probably 5, 6, 7. I remember coming to Bensenville, and no offense or anything, but it smelled very funky at the yard. I did not like coming to the junkyard because it was just, well, it was dirty. The railroad was in full force, the roundabout, it was just, and the changes that Bensenville has undergone in the last, 45, 50 years are incredible, absolutely incredible. My dad used to say that Bensenville was a shot in a beer kind of town, and it is far from that now. I'm proud to say that, I grew up alongside or along with Bensenville. I saw the changes throughout, and I'm sad to say goodbye.
I mean, we are sad to see you leave. I mean, don't think we're not. But like you said, anytime somebody says Bensenville, I think the next word out of their mouth is Victory Auto Wreckers. So can you share some unique or interesting stories about the family's experiences running the auto wrecking business?
Again, you don't have enough time.
You gotta pick your top one. I gotta put you on the spot. Our viewers need to know.
Unique or interesting stories. I think probably the thing that stands out, or the thing that people ask the most of, is, have you found anything interesting inside of cars? What's the most interesting thing that you've ever found in a car? And the most interesting thing that I ever found in a car was a pearl handle 5-shot revolver that was made in like 1880 something.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I had it in my car. I was going to bring it. I didn't want to get arrested though. I was afraid because I don't have a permit for it, and but it's on the moving truck on the way back to my house in Arizona. It will be a nice
Yeah, frame it and put it up.
Absolutely. And I'm in the West now, so
absolutely
it fits.
Absolutely. What factors were considered in the decision to close down the business, and how did the family arrive at that decision?
I think really it came down to its economics was a big part of it. The aging labor force, the guys that have been with me, guys and gals, women, men and women that have been with me, it's very difficult to replace them. The work ethic is not the same as what it was with the people that have been with me for so long. The other aspect is, we brought up before, is my brother's just not interested in really being around to oversee things, and I've been there, done that. It's time for me to spend more time at home, semi-retirement, whatever you want to call it.
I gotcha.
It's time.
I gotcha. So how has Bensenville as a community responded to the news that Victory Auto?
Oh my God.
I could tell you how it happened with me, but I'll let you go first.
For me, it's just the outpouring has been incredible. I just I didn't realize how much we touched people's lives. I mean, I get it's a commercial. It's a nostalgia. It's people's childhood, and it brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people. But I cannot tell you how many times people were upset and would tell us that we needed to change that, bleep bleep commercial. And now it's so much the opposite of please keep it going,
Right.
please keep it going. But the outpouring of emotion and people have stopped in and just talked for, just telling us their stories, and it's I can't even say it's that.
I remember, well, when I first heard about it, and I actually rushed over by you when I saw it on the news. That's the first I heard about it, was I seeing it on the news. And I come flying over by you, and I'm like, what's going on? I mean, my phone was blowing up, text messages. I'm like, I have no idea.
That was by design. I felt it was only fair. Dean Richards has been our voice since 1991, and he is such a gracious guy. He never charged us at all no royalties, no anything, and he let me put it on any station I wanted to put it on. And so it was only fair, only fitting that he got to be the guy that got the scoop.
I understand. I get it, but like I said, I had no answer, so that's why I had to rush over. And when I made my phone calls, I'm like, this is his decision alone, and I asked you, right? Well, how can I save you, right? I mean, we asked that question, and you're like, I gotta go, I gotta retire.
Yeah. I did look to potentially move the yard to another location or something like that, but ultimately it comes down to me running it, and I don't want to run it anymore. I do want to look. If I was 20 years younger, I'm down. It's a great business. It's really a great business, but it's time to move on. It's time to the next chapter. I never learned to play golf. Now's the time.
There you go. Are there any plans or considerations for the future of the property?
I'm sure it's going to be redeveloped in some fashion. I've been speaking with some potential buyers. Time will tell.
So in reflection, what are the family's proudest achievements or contributions during the years of operating Victory Auto Wreckers?
That's a tough one. One, I think, is the level of loyalty that my employees have shown me and the family and me. I've heard it many times from a lot of people that it's a testament to me as a manager or the family as managers for someone to stay for a few years, but in this case we've got people that have stayed 10, 20, 30, 40 years. I've got one employee that has been with us. He started when he was 17 years old. He's 62 years old.
Nice.
So I think that is probably, you say greatest achievement. To me, I think that's probably one of the greatest achievements, because he started working for my dad and my grandfather, and then stayed with me. And he's one of the few guys that's with me right now. Will be there, until Friday, and be done.
Is he the guy that's going to hold on to the fence post so you can't close the gate?
Absolutely.
So how would the family like to be remembered in Bensenville? And I guess to get us the legacy of Victory.
Hopefully warmly, hopefully fondly.
For sure.
That we're intertwined. There was a period of time where I had more energy and stuff like that, and we really got involved in the fabric of the community. We ran trucks in the 4th of July parade. We handed out candy. I was asked by former mayor at the time to be part of a business consortium or that met, I think, every Monday or one Monday a month or whatever. We did the Christmas tree decorations. We sponsored the music in the park. We did. We were just very involved, and I feel badly because when I started taking a step back, that's when it kind of fell off. But hopefully, I'll never forget Bensenville. I know that. I hope that Bensenville never forgets Victory.
And just so you know how we're never going to forget you, I have a couple things for you.
Okay.
First is...
it's not a tax bill, is it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
That's coming up when we turn the cameras off. We want to give you a proclamation. So this proclamation is in recognition of Victory Auto Wreckers, an iconic Bensenville business. It says, whereas in the village of Bensenville, Illinois, there is an iconic establishment that has stood the test of time, weathered challenges, and emerged as a symbol of resilience and achievement for over 78 years. And whereas Victory Auto Wreckers was founded in the 1940s by a pair of World War II veterans, and whereas Victory Auto Wreckers, nestled in the heart of Bensenville on Greene Street since 1945, has been an integral part of the local landscape for decades, contributing to economic vitality of the community. And whereas Victory Auto Wreckers, known for the iconic commercial that was played on WGN TV from 1985 until now, made Victory Auto Wreckers, located in Bensenville, a household name. And whereas the dedicated Wisner family of Victory Auto Wreckers ensured the satisfaction of countless patrons and earned the trust and loyalty of the community they served. And whereas the Wisner family made the decision to close their doors on their own terms. And whereas Victory Auto Wreckers' last day of business was November 30th, 2023. And now therefore I, Village President Frank D. Simone, on behalf of the citizens of Bensenville, do hereby proclaim our deepest appreciation and recognition for Victory Auto Wreckers. We thank you for your dedication as an establishment in the community and the significant contributions that you have made in the village of Bensenville. In witness whereof, I have hereby set my hand and caused the seal of the village of Bensenville to be affixed this 19th day of December, 2023. So that's for you. Thank you very, very much. And last but not least, I know you moved out west, so I guess I'm not going to see you around. We are going to give you a key to the city.
Well, that's all right. I might be careful, though. I might break in when you're not home.
It opens a couple doors, but we don't tell anybody. So once you find the door it opens, then that door is yours.
Hopefully there's a pot of gold in there. Thank you so much.
But thank you very much for being part of our community. Thank you being part of all of our families. I know, like I said, I was leaving work today, and they said, you better get me something from there. And I forgot to say, people were coming in when they found out you were closed just to buy something, right?
Yeah. They
didn't need it. They just wanted to buy something from Victory.
Absolutely.
So somebody has like a 1978 muffler hanging on their wall that they don't need, but that's what they did. And you joked. You should have said you should have had closing sales more often, right?
Yeah, right. No doubt. We did more business. We actually sold a ton of T-shirts. And by the way, they're still available at Victory Auto Wreckers' website.
There you go.
There's a company that is doing them for us. It's a third party, and they've got a bunch of designs. So check it out at victoryautorecords.com or go directly to their website, T-Threads, TEETHREADZ.com.
Kyle, thank you very much for coming.
Pitchman. That's what I'm going to do.
Hey, there you go. Absolutely. Maybe we can have a commercial where you're pulling T-shirts out of an old trunk on one of the side streets of Bensenville.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for all the years you've been here.
Thank you.
And I look forward to your friendship and keeping in touch.
You got it.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Spotlight Bensenville.